This is the High School Football America 2-Minute Drill podcast for July the 19th, 2018. I'm Jeff Fisher. The High School Football America 2-Minute Drill is brought to you by the Debris Inhibitor Razor. Stop those pesky rubber pellets from field turf from getting into your shoes with a TDI razor. That also gives you the great look of spatting without the high cost of tape. We start off today's podcast with congratulations going out to our 2017 National Player of the Year that we put out in cooperation with the National High School Coaches Association, JT Daniels. Picked up another piece of hardware earlier this week as he was named Gatorade's Male Athlete of the Year. Well deserving. He did wonderful things on the football field. I mean, last year leading Mater Dei to the mythical national championship at the top of the High School Football America Top 100. He passed for over 4,100 yards, 52 touchdowns. And then after winning the Open Division Championship, which was the first that Mater Dei had ever won, JT decided that he was going to reclassify. He was only a junior. He had one more year of high school left, and he decided he was going to reclassify to follow through on his verbal commitment to USC. That meant a lot of extra classes in the spring, and JT did just that. And I can't say enough about this young man that I interviewed multiple times during my time in Southern California, and as good as he was on the field, I think he was even better off the field. And I'd like to tell just one real quick story. I had set up an interview after he was named Player of the Year, and for whatever reason, he had something in the classroom and he couldn't make it. So Bruce Rollinson and I, the head coach at Mater Dei, just spent time kind of reminiscing about football in general, and JT couldn't make it, and it wasn't a big deal at all. But I'll tell you what, the next time I saw JT, he apologized that he couldn't make the interview, and that I think is the best way to sum up who JT Daniels is. I have no doubt that this young man will be the next great Southern California quarterback, and when you're a great quarterback in the USC tradition, that sure means a lot. Of course, Sam Darnold just graduating, leaving early, I should say, and now in the NFL with the New York Jets. So best of luck to JT Daniels, the 2017 High School Football America National Player of the Year and the Gatorade Male Athlete of the Year. For that, he gets honored on the cover of Sports Illustrated. That's pretty darn cool. Hey, also congratulations going out to one of the fine high school football coaches in America. I got to meet him back in 2010 and got to know him through the years. Noel Dean at Lowell High School in Michigan, southeast of Grand Rapids, retired a couple of weeks ago. They named his replacement yesterday. His defensive coordinator, Justin Miller, is now the new head coach of the Red Arrows. But what I want to salute Coach Noel Dean for is he was the man that came up with the incredible idea for the Pink Arrow Pride game back in 2008 that raised $1.8 million to help community residents in their battle with cancer. Myself and Trish Hoffman got to go there in 2010. That was Pink Arrow Pride 3. We also went for Pink Arrow Pride 4. Noel Dean came up with the idea and turned his team pink. Not only the arrows on the helmet went from red to pink, the kids wore pink jerseys with loved ones that were affected by cancer on the back. It is truly to this day, and I wrote this on the story on highschoolfootballamerica.com, it is to this day truly the best high school football event I've ever gone to. I've been doing this for 40 years, and Noel Dean just did a wonderful job. Had a lot of support, of course, within the community and the school district. He didn't do it alone, but he was the one who came up with the idea, and not only was he a good guy for raising money for the community, he was a darn good football coach, a member of the Michigan High School Football Coaches Hall of Fame, led the Red Arrows, or the Pink Arrows, to 3 state championships, 3 runner-up finishes. His lifetime record, 219-41 with 10 league titles, 11 district titles, 8 regional titles. You can go on to highschoolfootballamerica.com, check out our video we did back in 2010 at the game. It actually led to the Today Show on NBC seeing the game. They saw our video, and then they went out to Pink Arrow Pride 4 as a result of what we did. Pink Arrow Pride 11 without Noel Dean, although I'm sure he's going to be in attendance, but he won't be the head coach on the sideline. Will be played August 30th this year against Rockford High School from Michigan. Again, best of luck to Noel Dean as he goes into the professional ranks of the working day stiff. like us. He works for Adix out of Lowell, Michigan, so we wish him nothing but the best. There are some interviews with Coach Dean that you can find by going to highschoolfootballamerica.com to learn more about the Pink Arrow Pride game. And as we wrap up here today, we're going to do a little bit more bonus audio from my interviews for my upcoming book, High School Football in Texas. Amazing football stories from the greatest players of Texas. We're just so excited for the book to come out on September the 4th. It will ship on Amazon, and also it will ship on Barnes & Noble as well. You can pre-order it. Go to highschoolfootballamerica.com. All of the information you need is there, all of the links to pre-order the book. You don't have to wait for it to come out right around Labor Day. I interviewed over 24 past and present NFL players with tons of coaches, fans, people associated with the sport, parents, to give you an inside look at high school football through the eyes of guys that have gone to the next level. There was no conversation at all about the professional ranks. I never asked one question about college football or pro football. It was all about their high school memories. A couple of them, would talk a little bit about their NFL, but it wasn't because I wanted to talk about it. It was all about high school memories. And the bonus audio that I'm going to give you today, one of the people featured in the book is a young man. Back in the day, he was a young man that came from the tiny town of Paris, Texas. It's about 100 miles northeast of the Metroplex there, outside of Dallas. And he played, this is the great thing about Paris, Texas, they are the home to a pro football Hall of Famer and a college football Hall of Famer, Gene Stallings, who's 83 years young. Did a great half-hour interview with me. Once he retired from coaching college football, he retired to his ranch in Paris. He loves Paris, Texas. We spent a lot of time talking about that. He was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2011. In 1992, you may recall that he led the University of Alabama to a national championship. But again, the book is all about high school memories. And the thing about Gene Stallings is he didn't play on the same field in a game with Raymond Berry, who's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and we'll do a little bit of audio from him coming up here over the next couple of days. But they were at the same school. Gene was a freshman when Raymond was a senior, and when we get to the Raymond Berry story with the audio, you may learn, or not you may learn, you will learn that Berry didn't catch a whole lot of passes during his high school career. He did that with the Baltimore Colts, of course, and that led him to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The coach during those days was Raymond's father, Mark Raymond Berry, who came from Corpus Christi, where he began his high school football coaching career, and then he moved on to Paris, where he coached his son and Gene Stallings. And again, Stallings was a freshman when Raymond Jr. was a senior, and he was a good one. He was a defensive end. He also, of course, went on to play at Texas A&M. He was an all-district player as a sophomore. Lots of great quotes in the book. But one of the things that we talked about was his coach, Raymond Berry Sr. He talked about how he made such a big impact on him that carried through his Hall of Fame college coaching career.
The thing about Coach Berry is that he wanted you to understand and know the rules. So every year before two-a-day practice, in the afternoon, he would have rule sessions. He didn't feel like a player could play to the top of his game if he did not understand the rules. Mm-hmm. And that sort of made an impression on me. Also, he was a technique coach. He wanted the players to... my philosophy was a lot like his. I wanted to win the game because my players played better than your players, not because my scheme was better than your scheme. Mm. And I felt like Coach Berry was, I probably inherited that from Coach Berry. I will say this, that when I got my head coaching job at Texas A&M, I was only 29 years old. I invited Coach Berry and Coach Lively, the two main high school coaches, to come to College Station and observe me for a week and not say anything, go to my staff meetings, my press conferences, my practice sessions, and just observe me, and then at the end of the week, they critiqued me on what they felt like I ought to do to be a better coach, some things I didn't need to be doing, and that was very valuable in my career.
That's College Football Hall of Fame coach Gene Stallings from the tiny town of Paris, Texas, producing 2 Hall of Famers. Coach Stallings in the College Football Hall of Fame, class of 2011, Raymond Berry of the Baltimore Colts in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. As I said, they didn't play together on the same varsity team. Stallings was a freshman when Berry was a senior. But one interesting thing that you will learn in the book and hear quotes about is the 2 of them actually squared off as professional coaches. To everyone's knowledge, it's the only time that 2 coaches from the same town ever met on an NFL field. It was during the 1986 Pro Football Hall of Fame induction weekend. They have the Hall of Fame exhibition game there, and Coach Stallings was in his first year with the Cardinals, and Raymond Berry coming off of his Super Bowl runner-up finish for the New England Patriots against the Chicago Bears, and the 2 of them were in Canton to go head-to-head, and you can read about that in my book, High School Football in Texas, Amazing High School Football Stories from the Greatest Players of Texas. Comes out September the 4th. You can pre-order it now, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and wherever books are sold. Just very, very excited for this to come out. Again, if you missed the beginning of the podcast or you missed any of our podcasts, quite simply, this book is all high school football with over 24 past and present NFL players, 9 Hall of Famers in all I spoke to personally, giving me their firsthand memories of high school football and where it all began. And what I will tell you about each and every player I spoke to, they just went on longer than anticipated. I would ask for 15, 20 minutes, maybe a half hour, and in some cases the interviews went for over an hour. In the case of Bill Bradley from Palestine, it went on for 3 hours. It was just so enjoyable, and that's what I will be bringing out in the book, these great players and their memories going back to their high school days. Well, that is the High School Football America 2-Minute Drill for today. It's brought to you by the Debris Inhibitor Razor, and we give you high school football news daily here on the 2-Minute Drill podcast. Listen on our website or iTunes, Stitcher, or TuneIn Radio. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at HSFB America for the latest news throughout the day, and you can also keep up with things on Facebook and Instagram. Our handle there is High School Football America. That's not too hard to remember. Thanks for listening to the High School Football America 2-Minute Drill. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm Jeff Fisher.